in the news a lot.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for the Keystone Pipeline. So what is it about this company in particular that you've got your eye on?
So what we've seen is domestic production increased by over 50% in the last 2 years. Imports have actually gone down. Now, because of that increased domestic production, that oil needs to get to its end places. That's why pipelines are doing so well. And Plains All American actually provides not only transportation, but logistics also. So for every barrel they transport, in the last quarter, they made $3.50 on each barrel of oil. So that's a nice, healthy margin. So they're expected to beat. Their smart estimate is also once again above the consensus, and it's been going up. So that and may not be done yet. That tells us that the company will either beat or analysts will continue to raise estimates going forward. So that's a good sign for the company.
All right, let's go to the other side now and talk about some potential disappointments. Royal Caribbean Cruises. Now, there have been a lot of mishaps involving cruise lines well over a year now. Is that what's happening with this company?
That is a large part of what's going on. So what we saw is we, of course, saw the Concordia disaster that happened. That was, of course, Carnival. It wasn't RCL. But the spillover effect of that is going to be felt by all cruise liners. Now, as they try and attract the cruisers back, they're going to have discounts, and that's going to hit their margins. And just in the last 4 months, they had a fire and they had an epidemic on one of their ships. In this world of Twitter, Facebook, social media, that just gets blown up. And when you start thinking about where do I want to go for a holiday and you see that in the news, that may not be your first option anymore.
When some of these disasters first struck, people said, well, they're inexpensive vacations and they'll still do okay, but I guess it really is on the margin side. You can't get around that.
Exactly, especially if you compete with other players to reduce prices. As that price war gets in effect, it's going to affect the earnings for these companies.